excited to have Fausto with us. Fausto was one of the original day traders here in the early 90s with the big boom, and one of the first independent traders to really take advantage of some of the direct access trading technologies in the 80s. He has acquired a wealth of knowledge from years of hands-on experience, beginning in the trenches, working side by side with some of the most practiced and successful traders in the history of really trading in these recent years. After spending considerable time mastering the art and discipline of day trading, Fausto chose to start his own company, share some of the highly sought-after wisdom that he'd picked up through the many years. He is the 9-time champion at the World Traders Challenge and the author of How to Beat Market Makers at Their Own Game, uncovering the mysteries of Level 2. So we're excited to have Fausto come in here with us. I'm going to turn the time right over to him.
Just want to share my PowerPoint right here. Just let me know if everybody can see it. All right, excellent. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Just running a little behind here. All right, well, thank you, everybody. I'd like to thank MetaStock for having me here. I'd also like to thank David Osmond for having me doing that quick intro. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to talk to everyone from MetaStock and on using their platform. And once again, the most important and the best investment that everyone had made here is getting themselves connected with the right execution system, as in to do trades. Because, I've been teaching people for over 20 years. And one of the biggest mistakes that I always see that people make is they go out there, they try to buy and get free stuff, try to practice with the wrong system. But I'm going to show you that it's not about getting a system, it's getting the right system. And most importantly, you have the right system. Now you need to know how to apply it. And the psychology part of it, of how to use it properly in today's trade and today's volatile markets, is what I'm going to show you. So let me change the slide here, ladies and gentlemen. And obviously, I know MetaStock had their own disclaimer, but we have our own also. Just remember, guys, that it's a very high risk of involvement in trading, and past results don't indicative of the future returns. And Cyber Trading University and all those affiliates page or our website, learn more about our disclaimer. Now, just so you know a little bit about who I am and how I got into this business and why you should be listening for what I'm about to teach you, is because what I do, ladies and gentlemen, and the way I learned how to be very successful in trading is I became successful by being a successful loser. And I'm not ashamed to admit it, because I was one of those people that went out there and failed miserably. I went out there and traded, made a lot of mistakes, thought I could be one of those people to be self-taught, go out there just opening up a brokerage firm, figure, let me try it out first and see how it goes, and then I'll learn later and buy all the gadgets or the great tools that I needed. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, cost me several $100,000 in losses. So what ended up happening was, ladies and gentlemen, is living in New York, learning from some of the best traders in the world, I end up starting out having a mentor take me underneath his belt, showed me how to trade properly. I was trained by some of the best traders on Wall Street. I was a market maker. And in a matter of 6 months, I became very successful. I started when I was 22 years old. By the age of 24, I was only working an hour a day. And you're going to see that trading is not a full-time job. It's a part-time job in trading. Now in training is a full-time job. Training is where you're going to get ready, because there's only a small window of opportunity to make money in the market. Now, for some of you who might not know this, but I am 12-time champion at the Traders Expo Money Show. I beat every single school that I competed against. And not just there, but I went to Paris, I went to China, all over Canada, actually all over the world. Because what I've learned is the same content, the same style, the same trading method than how market makers trade, and that's what I'm about to show you. Now, have any of you ever, just a quick question, so I get to know a little bit about all of you, everyone here. What kind of trader is everyone looking to be? Are you looking to be a stock trader, day trader, swing trader, futures, options? What kind of trader is everyone looking to be? Okay, swing trader, swing, options, Mickey, Bill wants a swing. Jim wants a stock and day trade, forex, swing day trading. Okay, it's nice that a lot of you are being a little diversified. You actually should know how all the markets work, and you should practice and try them all, and you'll see what fits best in your trading style. Now, just to let all of you know, at the end of this presentation, I am actually going to show you what it's like to be a professional day trader. I'm actually going to do a live webinar on October 18th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with me personally. So everything that I'm going to cover right now, I'm going to invite all of you to come and watch me for an hour in the real market conditions to see what it's like to trade. So hopefully everyone's going to be so impressed and is going to learn so much that you're all going to want to register and come watch me trade on Friday. Now, what we're going to learn is I'm going to teach you a little bit about a trading journal, how to find stocks to trade, how to read total view, level 3, the KISS method, finding stocks to trade, and much, much more. All right, so let's get right into it. Let's talk about the journal, okay? Half the people, ladies and gentlemen, lose in trading because they just don't know how to manage their money properly. Now, a lot has to do with what's called budgeting. Now, I guess we all know what budgeting is because we're hearing a lot about it in Congress today, that we just don't know how to budget our own money. Well, the thing is, you guys need to learn the stock market budget. It's a little bit different. And the way that works is this. When it comes to trading, you have a goal, and your goal is to make money. Now, your goal is dictated on how much you want to make. And you know what? Just out of curiosity, a question for everyone here. How much money is everyone looking to make in the market? $50,000 a year, $100,000 a year. If I was to offer you a job to work an hour a day and give you the best job in the world, how much money would you guys would like to make in trading in the market, in the stock market? Just out of curiosity, just give me a chat back, everyone. Now, the easiest way to explain this is that if you come from a $100,000 a year salary and you get a 50% raise, that's about $50,000. So if you're asking for $250,000, that means you make $500,000, which is, listen, that's fine. I agree. Everyone's pockets are different. Double my account every year, Dominic, okay. 100,000 from Chu. Rod wants to make 30%. All right. So let's use the more an average number most people tell me. I would like to make $100,000 a year in the market. To make $100,000 in the market, you have to buy 1,000 shares of stock, and you have to make 40 cents on one trade. So basically, you have to do 2 trades a day at 20 cents a piece. Now, do you guys think it's hard to find stocks to move 20 cents? Do you think it's hard to find a stock that moves 40 cents a day? Al says no. Jim says no. You know what? You're absolutely right. It's not hard. You know what the hard part is? Discipline, greed. We never realize and think about it. Wow, that's all it takes to make that? Yes. And you know what? As the day goes on, it gets harder and harder and harder. Now, the way we work here at Cybertrain University is the way I train my students is you need to journal yourself. Anyone here ever been on a diet? You ever hear people, they say they count calories, and then you're basically managing your account, or you're budgeting your money and says, okay, listen, I'm making X amount of money. How much money can I spend? What can I afford it? Now, I don't know if some of you here go over an extreme. I mean, I know we learned that in the 8th grade, how to, balance a checkbook. But the same thing about the stock market, it's exactly the same. You need to know why you bought a stock. How many shares? Did you go long? Did you go short? And most importantly, your trading notes. When I train my students, you need to learn why you made money on that trade and why you lost money on that trade. Let me tell you one of the greatest advice that my friend Frank Ferrara, one of my mentors, always taught me. I couldn't figure this out, but until he kind of explained it in more detail. But he says, Fausto, losing money is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. You know why? Because if you know why you lost money, you're not going to do it again. Making money is not the greatest thing. If you don't know why you made money, how do you expect to do that again? So the thing is, the way you become a better trader is you got to manage your money, but most importantly, who was the dominating market maker? Was I at support resistance levels? All these little things that you look at, you need to know all this stuff. So let's change the slide here, and let's talk about finding stocks. All right, because now everyone out there is like, okay, Fausto, I understand the psychology part of it. I understand about managing and taking a journal, which, by the way, anyone here take a journal? Anyone here manage their trades every day and analyze at the end of the day why you made money, why you lost money? Al does, okay? Jim does. You could be honest, everyone. I mean, there's 30 to 40 people in here. Only a few of you. Okay, well, that's not enough. Think about it. How many of you here are really satisfied on your trading? And are you really, really, really making money? I mean, honestly, are you really making money? Al's being honest, no. Chuck is saying no. And that's why you're here, okay? Well, now that I basically just breaking even, Rod, in this type of market, you should be making a killing in the market, not breaking even. And let me tell you one of the other biggest failure rates of the market. Everybody in the market is trading stocks that they shouldn't even be trading. Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, Micron Technology, Cisco, QQQs, Qualcomm, Bank of America, Nokia, General Motors. Do you know that you're dealing with the best traders on Wall Street when you deal with the biggest brand name stocks in the market? Think about it. Do you want to deal with the best traders on Wall Street? You think you could beat the All-Stars? Why do people do it? I still can't figure it out. Other than they didn't know there are other stocks out there you could trade and make money. Give you an example. See this right here, this arrow is pointing on VTUS. Anyone ever hear of that stock, VTUS? Anyone? No one heard of this stock? Really? Don't feel too bad, neither did I. Okay? But VTUS, if you look right here, was a $2.70 stock. All right, this stock was the biggest percentage gainer of the day. And look at the time, 9:30 to almost 10 a.m., actually 9:50. The stock went from $2.70 and in a matter of 15 minutes went to 3:30. Now do the math, everybody. What is 270 minus 330? Everyone have a calculator? How much is that? 60 cents. How much money do you have to invest to buy 1,000 shares of a $2.70 stock? How much? $2,700 to buy 1,000 shares, right? And 60 cents is is $600 times that by 52 weeks. You do the math. You just met your $100,000 a year salary. I mean, think about it. Do I care the stock is $2.70? You know, is it a bad company? Am I going to be prejudiced because somebody told me, oh, I don't trade stocks under $5, you know, because they don't move? This stock moved bigger than Apple did, okay? At the end of the day, I don't care about BTUS. I made my money at that time. I worked at the most volatile times of the market, and this is the volatile and the best times to trade. So part of the psychology part of it is, first of all, you have to be disciplined and you have to trade at certain times of the market. And the most volatile and the most important time to trade is the first hour of the open. Now, let me just remind all of you, you have MetaStock, great platform. You can customize these charts. I mean, you could see pre-market. You could see the big percentage gainers and losers, okay? This is what you're paying for. This is why you're using it. How many of you here are using those features? I mean, do you guys see what's going on in pre-market? Do you see all the orders? Not a lot of yeses I'm seeing coming in the chat. Not enough. Do you know most of the money is made right in the morning? How do you see what's happening in pre-market, Dominic? That is an excellent, excellent question. I'm going to come back to this, which is right here. Level 3, total view. Anyone here ever heard of it? Ever hear of total view, level 3? No one here heard of it. Yes, but don't pay for it. But didn't pay for it, Dominic. Okay, well, Dominic, exactly what you said is what I did 20 years ago, and that's why I lost almost several $100,000 of money. When I first started, my mentor taught me and said, listen, if you want to get total view, it's going to cost you $800 a month. And I'm like, I'm not paying $800 a month. Are you kidding me? And it's like, well, you could see where all the high frequency trades. You could see where Goldman Sachs and Merrill Lynch are buying all the big block orders. What's that worth to you? That's not worth $800. I'm like, yeah, it sounds very important, you know, but I don't think it's worth $800. Well, within 6 months, I came back and I was with my credit card begging to pay for it because it cost me over $200,000 in losses until I realized how important that value was. Well, I'm not saying it cost $800 because it really only costs like $15 a month. Okay, so when it comes to paying for things, there are things you have to buy, and there's things that you shouldn't buy. And if there's one thing that all of you need to buy is total view. Now, on Friday, I will show all of you how total view works and why it's so important. I mean, I have a question for all of you. How valuable do you think that is? I mean, how does anyone know how much volume high frequency trades control the stock market? Take a guess. How much volume does it cover? Well, not all of it. 70%, 80%, 60%. Wow. So the true number is 70%. So if you could see 70% of the orders, what's that worth to you, everyone? Is it worth it to sit down and learn how to use it? Is it worth the $15 a month? You'll be amazed how many people will still not go out there and learn it. Sometimes I wonder, people just like losing money. But at the end of the day, what does it cost you? 50 cents? You know? So anyway, this is the data from the exchanges. Okay, so this is not. I just want you guys to know this is not the Fausto or the Cybertrade University special software or indicator. This is NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange order. Okay, so if you guys want to learn and know how it works, on Friday I'm going to show you in real time of the market how to go out there and use it. Now, another feature which is very important on the MetaStock platform to help justify if these orders are getting executed. Does anyone here use time and sales? Anybody use the time and sales window, the prints? Okay, Dominic, you use. Johnny, you do. Okay. Well, Al, I'm going to let you know I am doing, there's two parts to it. I'm going to tell you about a pre-market that you could join me at 9 a.m. or you can come at 10 a.m. All right. So I'm going to get to that at the end of the presentation. All right. So some of you do use it. All right. Well, the question is, do you know who's getting executed from those buyers and sellers? Think about it. Who's buying it? Who's selling it? Does anyone know? Do you know who those orders are? Where those orders are coming from? Well, that's where time and sales, that's where total view comes in. That's where you need to know where those big block orders are. And that's something that you need to learn. And that's something that we cover, which I'm going to show you on Friday. Now, let me show you an example of how this stuff works. Hold on. Where am I? Give me a second here. There we go. All right, so here you have basically a basic layout that I kind of use on my MetaStock platform. Here's my level 2 on the left. In the middle is my time and sales. So when I see all these high frequency trades, these big block orders, I want to see if those orders are real or not, if they're getting executed. Because everyone, how does stocks go up and go down? Supply and demand. All right, so you need to see where the supply and demand is. Now, where do we find these stocks to trade? Well, look here on the right. Right here you have your percentage gainers and your percentage losers. Now, I don't care what these companies do. I don't know what the news is. I don't want to know what it is. All I know is that these orders right here are making stocks move. These are the ones that are going to make you money, okay? We need stocks that are moving, not stocks that are stagnant. You see what happened today in the market. Yeah, market was moving. It bounced, had a big rally. But there was so many more other stocks that made bigger moves than some of the Intels and Ciscos and Microsoft today. There were a ton of stocks out there that you could have traded and made so much money. I'll give you an example. Did everyone see the stock symbols like ALTI, VISN, yesterday or even today with the short FLIR, NTSL, stock symbol FU? I mean, BORN, BORN. Have you guys heard any of these stocks? Have any clue what they do? Write them down. Take a look at them. Check them out. You'll be amazed and say, wow, these stocks were up 30, 40% today? Where was I? Well, guess what? These are the things that I didn't know until I was trained by my mentors. My mentor says, Fausto, what do you care what FLIR does? Slow the things down. Big deal. Short it. You were looking to make your $100,000 a year salary. You have less money to risk and more reward trading like a stock symbol MTSL than trading a QQQs. MTSL, go look at it. And you'll be shocked and realize, wow, where did Fausto find this one? Well, these are the things that what I do when I train my students how to find them and how to train them. Did anyone do any trades today, by the way? Any trading? Anybody trade any certain stocks out there? What did you trade, Jim? What did you guys trade? Just futures? Okay. Nobody saw the stock symbol GERN? Did you guys trade GERD today? G-E-R-N. Check it out. GERN. Look at the chart on this stock. This stock went from $3.25. By 11 o'clock, this stock ran to $4.25, up $1. The beginning of September, it was $1.50. It's already at a high of $4.50. The stock is literally up 300%. Yeah, it's up 39% today. Something wrong with that? You know what I mean? So, Jim, these are the things of the stock symbols I'm talking about. This is the market. You have to understand also, anyone here watch CNBC? You ever see the floor when they show the floor traders? You ever see when they show the New York Stock Exchange? You ever look at those big monitors out there? How many charts do you see up there, everyone? You guys see any charts out there? Al, I know you might not like TV, but for what could take you to read in 30 minutes, we'll get you to read in 30 seconds. Somebody could tell you in 30 seconds, and a lot could happen in 30 minutes. You know what they're looking at, Jim? Orders. They're looking at the high-frequency trades. They're looking at total view. These are the things that you need if you want to be successful, what you need to do. All right. Now, let's talk about charts really quick. What chart is easy to read? The top one or the bottom one, everyone? What chart's easy to read? The bottom one, obviously. Now, this is where people get very confused. There's one major problem with indicators. Does everybody know what that is? That's right. They're lagging. Al. Everyone, you could all write that in. They're lagging. Do you want to be a lagger or do you want to be a leader? Because the problem with indicators, if you're watching them, they become very overwhelming. They make you look smart. They look smart. They're very pretty. But it also looks like my 4-year-old's school project. But the thing is, there's something called the KISS method. Keep it super simple. You see, this is what and how I could train all of you how to make money in the market. You see, what makes support and resistance levels is buyers and sellers. And if you follow the high frequency trades out there and you see those big block orders out there, those support and resistance levels, aka pivot points, will confirm if it's really a support and resistance. You don't need an indicator to tell you that. If there's a 50,000 share buyer looking to buy the stock at 612, I'm telling you, regardless of what these bars are, this thing is going up. But if 100,000 share seller is out there and is sitting on the offer, and you think from looking at all these indicators and seeing it that there's support, I got news for you, buddy. This thing's going lower. Because the buyer that was there before, he's not there right now. He's actually on the other side still selling. How many times did you guys go out there and buy a stock and as soon as you bought it, the thing goes down because you thought it was going to bounce? Well, you know what? It's not that they saw you. It's just that you didn't see them coming out there with the big block order. And that was something I had to learn the hard way. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I competed against every school in the United States and in Canada and in Europe. And most people that I competed against, they all go out there and they try to and use indicators. And indicators are great. Listen, it works for swing trading. It works for futures, something lengthy. But if you're day trading, it does not work for day trading. Okay? It's too slow. You can't. You're trading by the minute, and these things are a lot could happen in 5 minutes. A lot could happen in the 200 moving average. But that's something that you have to learn how to keep things simple. Because what happens is that if you keep looking at them, you're never going to trade. You're going to keep staring, and then there's something that's called trader's block. Anybody know what that is? Trader's block? Ever heard of it? Anyone was diagnosed with it? Anybody diagnosed with trader's block? Too scared to trade, Dominic. That's right. It's not that you're too scared. You're just being too over-analytical. That's one of the problems. All right, so with that said, ladies and gentlemen, for some of you who don't know this, Equities Magazine has written us up as #1 school 6 years in a row, which we're very proud to talk about. And also, if you guys want to come, who could actually come and watch me trade live on Friday? Can anybody here do that? Could you come and watch me trade? It's going to be an online webinar. Online. I'm just trying to bring something up here. All right. Well, if anybody here would like to join me at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, here's a link right here. You could join me on Friday for a live trading demonstration at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, there's one other promotion I want to offer you. If you're willing to spend $5, that's all I'm asking you. It's called Take 5. 5 days for $5. Some of you are asking me, could I come and see your pre-market trade? Yes, you can. Not only pre-market, but we do Twitter and text messaging. I run an all-day professional trading room webinar. If you're interested for $5, come and join me starting tomorrow morning. Forget about Friday. Come and join me tomorrow morning and watch me do a live trading, pre-market trading webinar at 9 a.m., 30 minutes prior to the meeting. Get my Twitter and text messaging all day and being in my trading room all day. So, two things. You can come and join me for $5, or you can join me for free on Friday at 10 a.m. It's up to you. So if you're interested in the live trading for $5, you could just click on Take 5, and that's this link right here. And all these you can get right off the homepage of our website. All right. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I also have an article. If you guys are interested in an article, anybody know what dark pools are? If you guys want to learn a little bit about dark pools, I have an article I could send all of you. Here's my personal email address, faustop@ctucorp.com. Give you a little explanation of what dark pools are, high frequency trades are. These are really good articles. I know some of you guys like to read. One of you said it doesn't like TV, so maybe you like to read. So send me, here's my personal email, and I'll get it to you, okay? So any last minute questions, ladies and gentlemen, before we go? Any last minute questions? Okay, see a few people are typing here. No problem, Jim. Thanks for coming. Al, same thing. Thank you. No problem, Chu. Thanks for coming. Well, just let's kind of reiterate a little bit what we covered today for all of you, so we don't miss out anything. I basically talked a little bit about a trader's journal. If you guys want a copy of it, send me an email and I'll send it to you. We talked about high frequency trades. I'm going to show you on Friday where to get it if you want it, what it looks like in real market hours. I talked about charts keeping a little bit simple, time and sales. I talked about those support resistance levels are those high frequency trades. So that's what makes support and resistance levels. So, listen, as much as we're very short for time here, because I actually have another speaking to do at 8 o'clock in about 15 minutes from now. So I'm sorry. They've been having me booked all day. I've done probably, this is my 5th speaking that I've done all day. And, it's been really, really busy. So I gotta pick up another one in the next 15 minutes. But if you guys have any questions, I answer all my emails. All right. So if you have a question about trading, if you need some direction, and it's, listen, I know it's very rare, but listen, I answer all my emails. I'll get back to you within 24 to 48 hours because today I think I had like 300-400 people email me already. But feel free to email me. Or, like I said, I'll see you tomorrow in my live trading room. No problem, Robert. Thank you very much. Al, is MetaStock my daily platform? I use several platforms, but MetaStock is one of them. I love MetaStock. I mean, MetaStock's been around forever. It's got great features on it, very simple to use. Any other questions? Do I trade any currencies, Rod? Me personally, sometimes yes. And if you guys are interested, we actually have very good instructors at Cybertrade University. We do some free Forex events on Forex. So feel free to come and join us for one of our currencies. Okay. Like I said, email me and I'll get you the link. I'll get you registered. I think we have one that's coming up next week. Ali, how did I do in the dot-com bubble? Would you believe me? I made a killing. It was probably the easiest between the 2000 bubble, the crash in 2008, the banks. I mean, that's where traders make all their money. Unfortunately, Ali, catastrophes make opportunities for traders. Okay. Now remember, everyone, just make sure that if you do the 5 for 5, you are going to get the Twitter and text messaging if you want to get the picks, so if you don't have to be there all day. Okay. All right, everybody. Listen, possible to have you hands on the trigger in Singapore. Chow, you know what? I get a lot of emails, a lot of people from Singapore. Actually, I trained in Singapore. I haven't made it out there yet, but I'm seriously considering making a trip out there to hopefully do a speaking soon. Because I do train a lot of people from Singapore. Actually, when you log into my my training course, my event tomorrow, I have a few students from Singapore. All right, everyone. Listen, thank you very much for coming. I'd like to thank MetaStock. And once again, I'd like to thank all of you for making the opportunity to take some time to listen and hear. Hopefully, I was able to educate you guys a little bit more about what day trading is and how to use it and how to modify your platform a little bit, what you should look at, what you don't need, what you do need. And like I said, if you want to learn more, feel free to email me or come and join me tomorrow for my live trading. All right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, MetaStock, and everyone, happy trading.
Thank you, Fausto. It's great to have you in the webinar room again. Gosh, we have a great relationship with Cyber Trading University, and Fausto, he really knows his stuff. I would absolutely take him up on the 5 for 5. I mean, if you, why wouldn't you? For $5, go ahead and take advantage of that. Check out some live trading. Let him put his money where his mouth is. It's pretty fantastic. We have a lot of MetaStock users over the years who've had great experience with CT. It's one of the reasons why we always bring him back to our webinar room. We really appreciate his training very much. And he knows MetaStock users. So there's the link again for the 5 for 5, you guys. Grab that. Definitely make sure that you sign up for that. And once again, thank you, Fausto. Best of luck, everybody, in all your trades. We'll see you again next time for our next webinar. Have a good one.